Hi, everybody, and welcome to the FATE 2020 conference. My name is Ed Linderman, and I'm thrilled to be here tonight. Taylor called and asked me if I would come down and teach some workshops, which I've done many times for many conferences and with my partner, Sandy Levitt. And I said, Taylor, I'm not teaching anymore. I'm a composer and I'm an entertainer, performer, and different for me to come down to FATE and do those two. And that's what I'm doing tonight. I'd like to play for you songs of my own from some of my off-Broadway shows, and I'm going to play a lot of my own songs because composer is the hat that I finally want to put on and say, that's who I am, that's what I do. So I'm going to start with a song of mine. It's the last thing I've written, actually. It's my happy song. It doesn't have any lyrics, it's just my happy song. After that, there's a little bit of silliness right after that, but hope you enjoy it. Silliness. They couldn't get Michael Feinstein, so they got me. They couldn't get Victor Borga or Liberace. They're dead, so they got me. They even tried for Lady Gaga, but she's got a booking in Des Moines. So here I am, Ed Linderman, Ed Linderman, E-D-L-I-N, forget it, and we're gonna have a real good time. Yes, sir. A song from my musical, A Girl Singer. I'm a boy singer, I'm not a girl singer, but this was the Girl Singer's opening song. There's someone with a gentle refrain. When the radios blast you and blare you with sound, I'll be the softy who is always around. Hey mister, right over here, something easy on the ear, like waves upon a tropical shore. I'm rolling along with the highs and the lows, 'cause it's a song that everyone knows. Hey, over here, all yours. I'll be the softy who is always around. Hey mister, right over here, something easy on the ear, like waves upon a tropical shore. I'm rolling along with the highs and the lows, 'cause it's a song that everyone knows. Hey, over here, all yours. Let the music make you smile. Let the melodies wave your worries away, away, far away. Let the good times begin right now. Let the song take you along for a ride to a faraway place where we all can be happy, happy. Right over here, something easy on the ear, like waves upon a tropical shore. I'm rolling along with the highs and the lows, 'cause it's a song that everyone knows. Hey, over here, oh, all yours. When I first got to New York many years ago to start my career, most of my friends got jobs as waiters and waitresses. I was lucky, I was a piano player, so I took a lot of jobs doing a lot of bar cocktail piano work, which I stopped doing at one point because I made a rule for myself. Music was much too important to me, that I was not going to make music where people were chewing or drinking or waiting for their table or looking to make an assignation for the evening. No. I do not play piano and make music where people aren't listening. But boy, I got to play some wonderful music by some of our best composers, and I'd like to do a little Gershwin for you, the best.
Sandy owned Manhattan Tour and Travel, two of the big sources for his business were EDTA and also AACT, which is the American Association of Community Theaters. These are the theaters all over the country that are a little bit too small to have regular professional houses. So it's the Tallahassee Little Players and the Tacoma Community House. They have a conference every 4 years in New York City. And they asked me, if we would supply the entertainment for their final banquet on a Saturday night. So I said, sure, where's it gonna be? And they said, the Hudson Theater on Broadway. I said, oh, Hudson Theater, that's pretty snazzy. How much time do you want? They said, give us about 20 minutes. And I said, okay. So I figured out my program. I was gonna do my Gershwin, and I was going to do 2 songs from a hit off-Broadway show that I wrote called Broadway Jukebox. All the songs in Broadway Jukebox were from lost, forgotten, flop musicals. But they were wonderful songs, and none of the shows shouldn't have been lost. But anyways, I picked out 2 really obscure, wonderful songs because I knew I had an entire audience of theater people there and who were a little sick and tired of I could have danced all night and get me to the church on time. So then after that, I was going to do my overture. I'd written an overture of all my own music, and I'm very proud of it. Anyways, I have a very dear friend, a lifelong friend named Judith. Judith has been my teacher, my friend, my sister, my guide, just wonderful for me all my life. So I told Judith, I'm going to do this show. I'm going to do my Gershwin. I really do a good Gershwin. I'm going to do get 2 singers, do 2 obscure Broadway songs, and then I'm going to do my overture. And Judith smiled and said, Ed, that's really good, except that night, there will be 4,719 pianists all over the world who are going to be playing Gershwin. Nobody's going to be playing Linderman. Once and for all, why don't you do Linderman? Ed, at this point in your life, you're entitled to say, this is my art, this is my work, this is what I've done, I hope you enjoy it. So that night I played my overture, and I'm going to play it for you now. And thank you, Judith. have a question for you. When was the last time you really stopped and listened to music? This includes me. When did we let music stop whatever we were doing and didn't treat music as background? Imagine 100 years ago when there was silence all around us and the only way you could get music was to go to a concert hall or a theater, or maybe some street guy on the corner was playing a harmonica, or you'd go to someone's house and gather around the piano and sing songs. But music was rare. Music wasn't constantly with us. Today, we just take advantage of it. We just don't even think about it. It's always there, and we don't really listen anymore. Joshua Bell, the great world-famous violinist, and you can watch this on YouTube. Joshua Bell grabbed an orange crate and his violin, and he went down in the subway station in Washington, D.C., and he played his violin, and thousands of people walked past, not hearing him, not listening, not pausing. In the Times Square subway station in New York City, up on the wall is a huge, I mean huge, Roy Lichtenstein mural. Roy Lichtenstein murals are in museums all over the world. People pay millions of dollars to see for Roy Lichtenstein murals. And the one in the Times Square station, thousands of people walk past it every day and don't see it. If you watch the movie Gandhi, when he first starts making his speeches to the public, he's in the square in Bombay, and there may be about 20 people sitting at his feet and listening to Gandhi speak, and thousands of people are walking past, and they don't hear him. If I was teaching again, what I would teach my kids is to listen, to see, to touch, to taste, to feel. It's urgent. I have a quote I'd like to read for you. Before God, there are other languages than words: melody, weeping, and laughter. They are the possession of all who are alive. They are the manifestations of the very deepest level of our being. That's from Bialik. I'll add a fourth one to that that's just come around today. People are talking with their eyes because of masks. Notice this. People are talking with their eyes like they haven't before, and I think it's wonderful. Music is the gateway to heaven. There are people who have said music is God's voice on this planet, and we have to listen. We have to listen. Another quote, it's a short one. Music is the natural concomitant to joy. It fills the heart with a holy ecstasy of unearthly happiness. Music is not only religious, it is religion. In olden times, men did not pray to God, they sang. Songs without words preceded the verbal utterance of prayer. Heaven is a realm whose gates could open only by the means of song and melody. The ecstasy of melody is the key to unlocking the gates of heaven. The night of 9/11 in New York City, I live here so I know, on street corners all over this city, people gathered in groups and they sang, "God bless America, America the beautiful." In the Blitz in London in World War II, when people were forced down into the subway stations and air raid shelters for hours and hours, they had to stay there. You know what they did? They sang, "Amazing grace, how sweet." They sang. We have to teach our kids to listen, to see, bleaker street day. They were jostling and joking while waiting to enter to see what the critics had said was the season's best play. When a group of musicians with heart-lifting harmonies took out their instruments right on the street there and lovingly started to play. Their music was sweet, but the crowd was indifferent, 'cause no one had told them to stop all their chattering. How good could it be if we don't have to pay for it? We'll see our fine matinee. Listen, please hear it. Music is calling, the pipers are playing, and all we need do is to listen. There's a gift that is waiting for you each time you listen. There's music in laughter and music in children and sweet voices singing wherever you find them. Invite you to pause for a moment and just listen. I promise a present for you each time you listen. Run down the meadow, smell all the flowers, hear a baby laughing, taste the wine. Here comes the sunset, see the children playing, feel the breeze, touch somebody's heart. Open up your heart. Listen, please hear it. Music is calling, the pipers are playing, and all we need do is to listen. There's a gift that is waiting for you each time you listen. I promise a present for you if you'll just listen. I want to lighten this up a little bit, so I'm going back to some nightclub songs that I love. Is there somebody out there named Mary? Marie? Mary? Someplace out there? This is for you. These are 3 songs that I put together. One's by George M. Cohan, one's by Randy Newman, and one is a wonderful old classic Italian folk song. Hope you like them. For it was Mary, Mary, plain as any name can be, but with propriety, society would say Marie, but it was Mary, Mary, long before the fashions changed. But there is something there that sounds so square. It's a grand old name. You look just like an angel the day we met, with your hair piled so high I can never forget. I'm drunk right now, baby, but I gotta be if I'm gonna tell you what you mean to me. I loved you the first time I saw you, and I always will love you, Marie. I loved you the first time I saw you, and I always will love you, Marie. You're the song that the tree sings when the wind blows. You're a flower, you're a river, you're the rainbow. Sometimes I'm crazy, I think you know. I'm weak and I'm lazy, and I hurt you so. Sometimes I don't listen to a word you say. That time you were in trouble, and I just turned away. But I loved you the first time I saw you, and I always will love you, Marie. Yes, I loved you the first time I saw you, and I always will love you, Marie. Hey, Marie. In your arms I'm longing to be. Oh, baby, tell me you love me. Kiss me once while the stars shine above me. Oh, Marie, way Marie. In your arms I'm longing to be. Oh, baby, tell me you love me, way Marie. Oh, Marie, I loved you the first time I saw you, and I always will love you, Marie. I always will love you, Marie. I'd like to talk a little bit about friends and friendship. My mom, I remember, told me when I was a kid, you have to learn in life who you're friendly with and who's just a friend. I have many, many people I'm friendly with, but I have some friends, some real friends. My friend Rudy likes to joke. He'll say, a real friend, if you're throwing a party, a real friend's going to come over and help you set up, and when it's over, he's going to stay and wash the dishes, all without saying anything to you. A real friend. I said I wanted to talk before about my friend Judith, so this is about Judith. In 1998, my Sandy had his first heart attack in the airport in Seattle. And thank God he was okay. But Judith, who I've known since I was 16 years old, this wonderful, wonderful friend of mine, without saying anything, Judith jumped on a plane and came out to Seattle to be with him. That's Judith. My friend Peter, I talk to him every day. Every day I talk to Peter. I got 4 buddies from high school: Gene, Murray, Ronnie, Bruce, Larry. They're the guys who stood next to me at all the funerals from my family. They're the guys who stood there and supported me. All of us have friends like that, real friends. So take a moment while I'm singing this next song. Think about the person who is your friend. My real friend was Sandy. And at the beginning, we were together for 49 years. So many of those first years, we had to tell everybody we were just friends. He was just a friend to me. Yeah, thank God those times have changed. So think about your friend while they sing this next song. The telephone rings in the dead of the night, and he's there. You need reassurance, you've done something right, and he's there. You've won the blue ribbon, your bubble just burst. Through all of your best and through all of your worst, he's there, he's there, he's there. When he's out of touch for a day or a week, your life seems disrupted, you constantly seek the hand and the help only he can extend. Not a brother like no other, just a friend. Just a friend, that's all there is to it. Just a friend to help you get through it. Someone to walk you through thistles and daisies. Someone to talk you through days of the crazies. Sharing your private ambitions and fears. Depressions, elations, the laughter and tears. All in a tangled, incredible blend. The shirt off his back kind, the here's for the rent kind, the best you can get kind, just a friend. You're anxious to have an opinion to heed, and he's there. You're sick and there's something you desperately need, and he's there. You question your meaning, your values, your worth. His answers upset you, but bring you to earth. Platonic is how you define us, I guess. There's most of the pleasure without all the mess. You don't have to lie, and you never pretend. With your friend, my friend. Just a friend, that's all there is to it. Just a friend to help you get through it. Someone to walk you through thistles and daisies. Someone to talk you through days of the crazies. Sharing your private ambitions and fears. Depressions, elations, the laughter and tears. All in a tangled, incredible blend. The please bail me out kind, the just let me cry kind, the best you can get kind, just my friend. Here's a song from Broadway Jukebox. It's from a lost Broadway musical called The Act by Kander and Ebb. I love this song. I think a lot of people can identify with it. It's called Bobos. Outside uptown Omaha, there's a small piano bar with a neon sign that's flashing Bobos. Bessie plays her Yamaha underneath a mirrored star, and that neon sign is flashing Bobos. Well, Bobo's not around today, but still it's Bobos anyway. He left that stipulation in his will. Look around, it's clear all us steadies love it here in Bobo's Bar and Grill. Look at Mr. Miller shooting pool with Bobby, banking off the corner. He loves that sound. Look at Peg and Mabel winking from a table, waiting for a sucker to buy a round in Bobo's. So noisy that a heart could break. Bet you buck, nobody'd hear it. Whoa, whoa. Well, all those swells up in Fair Acres wouldn't care to venture near this joint. Whoa, whoa. Fords and Chevys backing up. Hey, don't smack my pickup truck. And that neon sign is flashing. Whoa, whoa. Coffee for a dime a cup. Pecan pie, half a buck. And that neon sign is flashing, whoa, whoa. So if you want to run and hide from what's not happening outside, the atmosphere in Bobo's fills the bill. Come on and spend an hour here. Spend your happy hour here in Bobo's Bar and Mr. Bradley hawking his insurance. Nobody is listening, they never do. Sammy full of butt now, rhythm in his blood now, singing another chorus in Babalu. In Bobo's. When all the pain of failing gets so bad, you think you're never gonna make it. Bobo's. I lost my job, my kid is sick. Jesus God, how can I take this? Gets so bad, you think you're never gonna make it. 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 You're never. You're never. Outside uptown Omaha, there's a small piano bar with a neon sign that's flashing Bobos. Bessie plays her Yamaha underneath a mirrored star, and that neon sign is flashing Bobos. So if you want to run and hide from what's not happening outside, the atmosphere in Bobo's fills the bill. Inside and have a beer, spend a happy hour here in Bobo's Bar and Grill. In 1988, I was privileged to write the score for the last totally original Broadway musical in Yiddish. It's called Oi Mama, Am I in Love? And one of the leading actors in it was Sandy Levitt. I'd like to do two short songs for you from Oi Mama. It was set in 1912 in Ellis Island. and in Lower Manhattan when the immigrants are arriving. The first song is celebratory, thank God we're here in America. The second song, one of the immigrants sing, and it's called Remember Me. Please don't forget where you came from and who you came from, and just remember me always. You will be in my mind, you'll be in my heart. And from there, I'm going to go directly into a song I wrote for Sandy. I wrote it for our wedding, actually. And the songs kind of fit together. Hope you like them. Sollst mich gedenken, ich will dich gedenken, so schwer mir. Sei viel und sei viel Weiten, sei in gute Zeiten, schwer mir. Sollst nicht vergessen, die Tage müssen lassen, ich will bringen. Es soll mit uns passieren, denn wie Gott wird mit uns wehren, schwer mir. Mein Herz wird ziehen, gedenk, find Schmieren, wer kann vergessen die lichtige Zeit. Ich bleib, du hieden, die nächtige Tag, in die Forster weg, find mir so sollst nicht vergessen, die Tage misslassen, verbringen. Was soll mit uns passieren, wie Gott wird mit uns wehren, ja. Sollst mich gedenken. Magical beings of light and air, dancing through the heavens, shaking the stars free from the night sky. Even in the life after this life, where a billion souls free fall through the universe, I will come and find you. I will come and I will find you. I will come and find you. I will come